I just wanted to do a review of a few bullet journal books, particularly ones that help you learn the method and show you how to bullet plan. I've got 4 here which I've looked at a lot. I've pretty much looked at all of them, but these 4 I've picked for various reasons, just to show you guys, do a quick sort of flip through and let you know what I did and didn't like about them. The first one I'll start with is the bullet journal method. So you're going to have this one if you want to know about the bullet journal method, because it's written by Ryder Carroll, so the creator of the actual bullet journal. This one I really like because I guess I just like the history that it goes through, and it just, you know, it gives you a really good overview pretty much of the terminology as well. So if you're new to bullet journaling and you're Googling or, you know, on Pinterest and trying to find out more about it, you're going to be overwhelmed with a lot of the terminology, I think. I know I was. So this one is really great because it just goes through in an easy way and explains some of the more common terminologies, or pretty much all of them. There have been hybrid terms made from this, I guess, initial book, but yeah, this is pretty much where it all started. I like it because Ryder Carroll, he's actually gone through and illustrated or handwritten actual examples of how to use bullet journal like this. So this is, I guess, a traditional method here of doing a day log with signifiers as well. So these little guys on the left-hand side. And so it fully explains what all these signifiers are, what the index terms are. These are just, you know, examples of how he's done it. He talks about things like indexing, which I quite like. So once you go through and use all your notebooks, how do you actually index those? Yeah, so it's just a really good practical method and showing you some good examples. There was one page and I didn't bookmark it, but I will include a photo of it. But it was just a really quick breakdown of how to set up your first bullet journal. This one here, illustrated. So I thought that was really handy and just a really quick guide for the absolute beginner. So that's my pick for that. Next one I really like is this guy here, How to Bullet Plan, a practical guide, and it's exactly that, a practical guide. Not too much text, it's pretty easy to get through. It's a really easy sort of flick through guide. It goes through the basics. It says don't overthink it, which a lot of people do when they first start. This is the book that I used to really get into bullet journaling. It cleared up a lot of the confusion for me, it made things less overwhelming, and it gave some really great examples. And then I found a few I liked, and I just stuck with those. So your yearly spreads, how you could probably do those, gives you a few options. Then it'll go through and you'll get a monthly calendar. Again, calendar at the top, some examples of what you can do with notes. 2-page calendar, this is my favorite, this is the one I use all the time. Vertical trackers, weekly spreads. So it's a really great book. You know, and then it also goes through a few collections or ideas that you can do, like food diaries, and how this particular author used her journal. So I really like this one. If you're going to get any book, I'd recommend this one. The next one I really liked as well was this 365 bullet guide. It's a little light on some of the instructions and content, but what I do like about this one is it's pretty much like a template book. It's got so many templates to choose from. Illustrations, styles, collections, daily trackers, hourly trackers. It even has a few examples of how you can write certain fonts. So this one's way more creative, I think. It's a bit more of a doodling book. Sorry, I'm doing this with one hand. I think it's a little bit more fun, and it gives you some ideas for things like banners and titles. So this one I used as I became more confident with bullet journaling, and I wanted to get a little bit more creative. And it's really hard to always think of ideas or just troll through Pinterest, so I like to have a few good books on hand. So this was another really good one. This one I don't really use, but I'm showing it because I think if you're still overwhelmed but you really want to get into bullet journaling, you could consider this one. And it's all pre-planned. Everything is pre-printed. There aren't any blank pages. There are collections. There are mission pages. There's a monthly me and a monthly calendar. So 12 of those for you to go through. It's all undated. So you can start it anywhere in the year if you wanted to pick this up. Some things are repeated, some things are not. Sorry, that's... So yeah, you can just go through. Task tracker is repeated, for example. The monthly spread's repeated, but then you'll have some pretty specific collections. What do I want? And then you've got like a vision board, health check. So this one's really focused on, I guess, a mindset and becoming, focusing on self-health and also bullet journaling. So this one is good if you don't want to have to think about it. If you want something a bit more creative, you could even color in, a lot of this if you're into that as well. It's just black and white, there is no color. So yeah, I think if you're a bit overwhelmed, you could possibly try this one too. So that's it, just for little books that I like to have on hand. Hope this helped. Thanks.